What's going on, everybody? You've tuned into the Root Cause Podcast, where we get to the root cause of everything going on in the world. It's good to see y'all tonight, or wherever you're viewing this, whether it's day or night. Good to see you. Listen, I have with me my brother Eric Johnson. He's a business owner. He's a finance professional. Listen, y'all, it is tax season, and as a matter of fact, Eric has a hard stop after we tape our episode tonight because he has some clients he's preparing for. You need to get in the queue with him because he can make sure your taxes get done where the IRS doesn't kick your door in 6 months and take all your stuff from you. Okay, so hit up Eric Johnson on social media. Check him out. I also have with me my brother Ace Chandler. He is a business owner. He's a digital marketing guru. He's this fool is crazy. And he is a certified Maya hater, apparently.
No, I said no. Maya's the hater. Maya hater.
They got like some Martin and
okay, Pootie Tang. All right, Pootie Tang.
They got some Martin and Pam energy going on right here. But my brother Ace Chandler, he's a digital marketing guru. He is a certified Maya hater, but he can help you upscale your business, help you identify all the babies in the background. He can help you upscale your business, help you find new clients, help you find new ways to monetize your business and new campaigns for your business to upscale, find new clients, and all that kind of thing. In addition to that, we have we have Miss Maya McKenzie, who's being a mom right now. She's also a mompreneur. And she's being a mom right now because the baby came in. How sweet. But Maya is one of our new castmates. She is our new castmate, I should say. And she's a social media influencer. She's a part of social justice. She is an advocate for the LGBTQI plus community. She's also an advocate for those who are neurodivergent. And she advocates for people with autism and ADHD and those kinds of things to help normalize just the fact that people can be different. And then I'm your big brother, your little brother, your uncle, your nephew, your godson, your grandson, your friendly neighborhood pastor, your friendly neighborhood activist. Maybe you had the best summer of your life with me, and I was your old summer fling.
Ew.
It was about 01, 99, somewhere around in there. It was the best summer of your life, though.
Oh, I was 10.
That's crazy. We are the Root Cause Podcast. What's up, y'all? Good evening, everybody. Y'all good?
Good evening. All is well.
We're alive.
Good. As of right now, we are. So much going on. Oh my God. Ace, where you go? Ace went black. I don't know what.
He had to get on WhatsApp and talk to his Colombians real quick.
Oh, here you go. Don't do that.
Momento.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mamacitas. Oh, okay. I'll be right back, honey.
No, don't do that, Maya.
It's 8 o'clock your time, baby.
You are a hater. Oh my God.
Aaron is a very
Maya found out that I actually traveled the world, and now she goes.
Okay, me too, but I don't be picking up honeys in every city. Like
he pick honeys up in every city.
I've never said that.
He picks up. He does pick.
He said he was Pootie Tang, guys.
I never said that.
He said started when he said started on the whippy side.
I never said that.
No, listen. Those of you that watch the podcast, I mean, I know we do this podcast, but all of us really are heavily connected in our areas and our fields. Aaron actually does a lot of traveling around the world doing independent films, doing documentaries.
Films.
Independent films.
Independent.
Yeah, Aaron's the man. He's got a very successful media company. They do short films, they do commercials, they do documentaries, they do corporate stuff. So yeah, no, he does a lot.
Everyone gets tested before the video starts.
That's crazy.
I'm just playing.
Here's the thing.
I know you're accomplished. I'm just playing. I do a deep dive on everybody.
No. Here's the thing. This is the world we live in today.
Oh my goodness.
If I retaliated, I'm the one that's going to be canceled.
No, you're not. Not in Memphis anyway. Maybe where y'all at. Not in Memphis. This is just how it goes.
We're not talking about.
We live in a Me Too. We live in a Me Too environment.
No, we just check. Everybody check each other. You grow up checking.
Yes, that's
nobody
right.
is safe.
Hey, people get her in the comments. There y'all go.
Come on.
Get her in the comments.
Be weary that I'm gonna find out about your whole life. I'm gonna pull up some court records and some more shit. So be ready.
This shit, y'all don't let her intimidate y'all. All right, go ahead, Ken. Let's go.
All right, let's get right
you're already off track. Go ahead.
Let's get right to the show. That's all right. Listen. So let's get started tonight. Tonight we're calling this episode, y'all, The Great Distraction, because while there's a lot of noise out there, people are just kind of talking past each other, I think, with some of what we see going on. Over the last week in Minneapolis, Minnesota, there was a fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good, who was shot and killed by an ICE agent during a large federal immigration operation that they have going on in Minneapolis. They've actually added additional ICE agents up there. I believe they're upscaling to 3,000 ICE agents in that city. And just to give you some context, the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, only has 600 police officers. So the fact that they're sending 3,000 ICE agents is just insane. And since her killing, there's been a lot of controversy about her death and what the extent of the policing powers that ICE actually have. And before I turn over to my castmates to talk about this, I do want to say this to everybody, just from a legal standpoint. ICE is literally Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They do not have policing power. In the same way you've never been pulled over for a traffic stop by an FBI agent or a CIA agent or a DEA agent, is the same reason why an ICE agent can't get out of their car, walk over to your car, and tell you to get out of your car. They don't have the authority to do that. Now, Donald Trump and his administration is not going to hold anybody accountable, but know what should be happening. And the fact that they're going to pretend like he had the right to even tell her to stop. It really was what needed to happen was they needed to call MPD, Minneapolis Police Department, and ask them to control the traffic, because they have no authority to do so. Now, a lot of these ICE agents are fired police officers from around the country. So they still, in their mind, think that they have police power, and they do not. So I want to, as we talk about this tonight, I want us to really, and we're going to, go into more detail about this, but I really want to make sure that everyone understands that these ICE agents do not have the authority to do standard policing. Their only authority is to enforce the immigration laws of America, which do not apply to U.S. citizens at all. So the chemical warfare, understand what this is. If you spray somebody in the face with bear spray, that is chemical warfare. If you shoot a flashbang at the media, a member of the media, a CNN camera reporter, was hit with a flashbang, and he had big bright media on his shirt, and
they were shooting into the interviews. The video that Maya shared with us. Shooting, and listen, when I'm out there with my camera crew, we're visible. You can't mistake us for protesters.
Aaron, real quick, I'm glad you're saying that, because you are uniquely positioned to talk about how they should be able to delineate between media and people that are just out there walking around, because your company literally covers stuff like this.
We actually do that. We're actually out there. We're in the mix with our camera crew. We have drones up. We have cameras everywhere. You cannot mistake us. We stand out like a sore thumb. And there's even other media companies out there, the networks, Channel 8, Channel 13, and their crews are out there as well. We all know that who's with the press corps and who's not. ICE, they don't care. And for them to the video that Maya shared with us, they hit them with flashbangs, pepper balls, even when they were identifying themselves as media, reiterating their media, and they try to go back and continue the interview. Here's the thing: you had a woman who was looking into the camera doing an interview and then got hit. that is just absurd. I couldn't imagine what I would do if we were out there and my crew got hit, or even myself.
But they shouldn't be shooting peaceful protesters at all.
You should.
It's our right to peacefully protest.
Yeah.
Nobody should be getting shot with shit like that, with things like that at all.
It is literally the first,
media or not.
The literal First Amendment to the Constitution was our ability to say, you are a Gestapo, Nazi, racist piece of whatever, and I can stand there and say that without getting shot in the face with a flashbang or get sprayed with bear spray. It's literally the very first thing we established as a country, that you cannot take my voice away from me. Eric, and I know that you are a free speech guy.
Yeah, 100%. I'm 100% free speech. What we have, we are really turning into a banana republic. We are third, as far as free speech is concerned, we are a third world country.
Jesse Ventura said that.
We are a third world country because of the simple fact is, if they take away your speech, then they will come try to take your gun. If you're not on the right team, then they'll take your property. They're gonna take everything they can from you.
That's what they're doing to immigrants right now.
And if they go, immigrants is a test.
But that's what they're doing. Like, where are all these immigrants' assets going?
They're testing it with the immigrants. Then if they successfully do that, and we just stand back there and just say nothing, because they're not U.S. citizens per se, and some of them are U.S. citizens. Miss Good was a U.S. citizen.
Lots of them are U.S. citizens. They're just not white. They're making this narrative very freaking clear. Trump, when he spoke with NATO, was it NATO? That's what I'm thinking about the other day. The UN, when he spoke with the UN, he made it very clear that he was disappointed in European countries for not protecting their culture from the immigrants. What the hell does that mean? He's putting it in plain English that this is a race war. This is a civil war that he's igniting.
Well, he never was cool with the UN anyway. I mean, you remember in his first term when he went out there and he pushed I forgot one of the prime ministers out the way just to get up to the front of the line. Yeah, pushed him out the way. I mean, he was always at war with them.
But I mean, on top of that, did you hear what he said about civil rights and about how white people were okay? So I mean, we can put it foreign or we can take it local. He's just a racist.
No, go ahead, Maya. For the ones who didn't see it, what you're talking about, can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So he apparently said in an interview that white people were the ones who were being essentially ruined by DEA activities. Or no, not DEA. Civil rights activities. DEI, activities. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that it was hurting them this whole time, hurting white people this whole time and not us. And that we were pushing them further back. So yeah, this to him is all about creating a white society. And Elon Musk just tweeted some crazy mess yesterday, retweeted some crazy mess about how white people are trying to get pushed out of society and about how they need to stand down on the white race. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Elon is
he's a psycho. They're all psychos. But that is what they're doing. If you're gonna offer you hate immigrants, but you're gonna offer Greenland citizens $100,000 to come to our country, which is a similar, deal that he offered South Africans that were white. Like, what are you doing?
Elon's an immigrant.
Period.
Here's my thing. I mean, and to Kendall's, how he started this conversation, to Kendall's point, at the end of the day, they don't have jurisdiction to do what they've been doing. My late uncle, who was an FBI agent, I remember when I was in DC visiting him, and we were on the highway in his squad car, in his unmarked vehicle, and these they were muscle cars. I think they were probably like Chargers. Two of them went racing by him on the interstate. And I'm in the passenger seat and I hit his visor. I said, let's go after it. And he hit the visor back up. He said, no. He said, what'd you say?
I say you would.
Anyway, Yeah, well, I was 13, 14. But anyway, he pushed the visor back up and he said, no. He said, no, that's DC. Let that DCPD handle that. That's not me. That's DC. And to Kendall's point, they can't just go and pull people over.
No.
They have no jurisdiction.
They have no jurisdiction.
But they're doing door-to-door warrants. They're doing door-to-door knock without warrants right now.
Without warrants. Yeah, let's make that clear.
Yeah. And they're breaking down the door. There is no don't answer your door. They're going to break it down. That's on film all over the place, even here in Memphis.
So watch this. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kendall.
No. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
To your point, Maya. Yes, they have people's residences, their businesses without warrants. And guess what that means? Stand your ground.
No, it don't. Because, you're still going to die. Your kids are going to still watch you die.
I was just about to say this. Watch this. I am a general contractor. I'm asking everybody, go to the local hardware store.
Ice out there.
And get, I know, send somebody. Go and get 4-inch screws. Take all the hinges, all the screws out of each hinge one by one. Run 4-inch screws all the way through each of them. On on the door catch side, run 4-inch screws through it. Go and get you a stud finder. Find the studs inside of your home. Get the metal brackets that you can stick a 4x4 in front of your door. Protect your house.
They're gonna boost through the window.
To people, I know, and at that point, I know, but here's the thing. But chances are, the first place they're going to come is try to come through that door, and that at least gives you an opportunity to get to as safe a place in your home as you can be. Here's the problem. The problem is, I said this after Donald Trump got elected. This is before we started the podcast. This is in 24. I came on the very next day after the election. I went on Facebook Live. At the time, I did a video blog, and I said to everybody, this is over. This is not hyperbole. I know we got this podcast, and we're going to talk about politics, and we're going to talk about what's going on, but I assure you, this is over. We are literally watching America sunset. Like you might watch a loved one sunset slowly decline until they pass away. That is what you're watching with America. America has to fall in order. I'm a pastor, and I'm not going to apologize for it. America has to fall in order for the Antichrist to do what the Bible said he needs to do. Maya don't like all that, but every sign, Maya, points to what I'm saying.
Or it's just white people.
I understand. But so watch this. By the means of the mental illness of white folks, fine. But it's still Satan behind it. It's wicked. It's the wickedness of it all is literally him. The meanness of it.
DNA and brain chemistry or whatever.
I hear you.
But I'm not going to give them the excuse that it's the devil operating behind them. That's just not a fact. They want money and they don't care who dies to get it.
Sure. And guess what? And because they want that, Satan says, ooh, they're a willing vessel.
But aren't the churches within themselves money hoarders?
No, we are not. We are not. You want to come look at the church finances at Sunrise?
You're talking about your church. I'm talking about in general.
The church, period. The average church. Let's do that real quick. The average church in America takes in $142,000 a year in tithes and offerings.
I'm getting.
Hold on a second.
My mom just walked by and said,
"The average church takes up $142,000. You can look it up." Pew Research. The average church takes up $142,000.
That's fine. We're just going to disagree on that.
What? Disagree with the Pew Research then? But what I'm saying is,
I'll do my own research. You're not Pew Research. I will.
Okay, that's fine. Do it. But I want you to hear me first.
I don't think it's the Antichrist. I think it's just history repeating itself.
That's fine. So let me get mine off because that's hold on. Let me get mine off. I know that's your opinion, but here's mine. My opinion is that it's the Bible unfolding, because every player that's involved on the world stage right now, somehow directly or indirectly, has something to do with the 7 or 8 nations that the Bible talks about in end time prophecy. And
let's not go off on this tangent, please.
We're not on a tangent. I'm only pushing
back.
On
a tangent.
I'm only on a tangent because I don't budge. When I put my foot down on something, I stay there until the rain stops falling. So
it stops.
Well, it's still raining. So what I'm saying is, the point I'm making. Let me get back on task. The point I'm making is that as a country, I just really, and I know we got to go through the motion of it, but in my opinion, it's over. It is over. There was some conversation about how they're looking at having a succession plan for Trump, where he has presidents in after him, obviously, that will pardon everything he's done and keep the dynasty rolling. They want to create a literal white supremacist dynasty, like the old Egyptian dynasties, right? So, but I want to share something real quick before we go to the next topic. If I can, I want to share this real quick. This right here is what I mentioned on our last show. And there was, this was from Martin Niemöller, Moeller. This is what he said. He was a pastor in Germany. He said this: first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. I guess the point in me bringing that up is this: I want everybody to understand the next iteration of this is Trump not caring at all about his own supporters. Because at some point, his own supporters are going to get tired of getting bulldozed by him, and he's not going to care. And then, in that moment, we will be in an official autocracy.
He doesn't care now.
Yeah.
He's shooting them.
Well, he at this point, I understand where Maya's coming from. But what Kendall is saying is because he knows he's lamed up, he's not going to get back in. He knows he's not going to be able to do a third term. So he just
unless he just stops the voting, which sounds like what he want to do.
Yeah, but I believe that Congress will possibly try to fix that. To actually probably try to stand up. But
unless he opens up investigations on them and tries to get them put in prison to get them to submit. And understand this as well, real quick, Eric, that there's talk out there that Supreme Court. So we say that a president can't serve, more than 2 terms, but there people's like, well, that can be interpreted as they can't serve consecutive terms.
Oh, hell no.
So he can serve a term and then get elected. He just can't serve, he can't do, that third term, it's talking about consecutive. So he can do them intermittent. They just can't be consecutive. And he served for 4 years and then lost. So now he got reelected. So now he can get reelected again because then it count. But I'm telling you, they're saying
this is so scared of this authority that we don't say anything.
Hold on a second.
That's a state banning plan.
But listen to me. But Eric, if you have a Supreme Court that will do it, it's a
He's been bypassing everybody though. He's been bypassing everyone he's supposed to check. He's been checks and balances my ass. He's been bypassing everyone. He's doing exactly what he wants to do.
Yeah. He has his own Supreme Court. He has a Supreme Court that will go along with that, Eric, is my point.
We'll see.
I ain't gonna see. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna make friends with one of his Colombians and be gone.
You said you go.
Strike 2.
Woo!
Fire. All right, moving along.
Strike 3.
So this next thing, we wanted to talk tonight about on the international front that there are ongoing headlines, peace talks involving FIFA and Latin America. But the reality is that the U.S. is being pulled into tensions with regional powers, and the United Nations has been raising concerns and about the sovereignty and multilateral agreements that the UN and NATO have had for years that the U.S. seems to be trampling on. And so with the outright violence against citizens or even residents of the United States of America through ICE, Trump making threats about Greenland, just today, before we started filming today, there was an attack on another boat, and the U.S. camouflaged the plane as if it was some type of commercial airliner, and then blew up a boat that had 100 people on it, clearly violating international law.
He said he don't care.
Yeah. And the challenge is, so the point is, we have a bunch of different fronts. We now have nations that weren't so closely aligned before his second term that are now starting to align themselves against us. A lot of people are coming to the aid of Venezuela because, as we talked about last week, that China and Russia both get their oil directly from Venezuela. And so now a lot of nations are starting to come together, and as well as this nonsense he has with Greenland. One thought came to my mind earlier today, and I'll give up the floor, was it makes me wonder, you got to think deeper about him. You got to think about Trump in 3D chess. And I wonder, when he took that money away from NOAA, the Oceanic whatever association, blah, 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 that watches the weather patterns, it makes me wonder, y'all, I mean this, and I hate being a conspiracy theorist, but you got to be one with this dude. It makes me wonder why do they want Greenland so bad? It makes me wonder, because it could be about mineral deposits. Fine. Hold on real quick. But
once Greenland, I think it makes the people who his handlers want Greenland.
But why?
It's the pathway between the U.S. and Russia.
I get that, but it also makes me wonder if, with the stuff that he's done with because I was reading the thing about NASA and what he's doing with them, cutting a lot of their funding back. It makes me wonder if they know something's coming.
It's so he doesn't have the oversight, just like he did with the FAA. He doesn't want the oversight. He doesn't want people knowing what he's going to do, just like he did, like you said, looking over the oceans. He doesn't want people knowing about his submarines and shit because he's sending them out. He's sending the planes out. He just did.
He just did it before we started filming.
He just did.
Which, that is insane, by the way. Man, blowing some people, that's just crazy, man. The plane used by the U.S. military to strike a boat accused of smuggling drugs off the coast of Venezuela last fall was painted like a civilian aircraft, a move that appears to be at odds with the Pentagon's manual on the laws of war. Details of the plane's appearance, first reported by Monday by the New York Times, were confirmed by two people familiar with the situation who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the sensitive matter. Pentagon Press Secretary Kingsley Wilson said in a statement that the U.S. military utilizes a wide array of standard and non-standard aircraft depending on mission requirements. Come on, bro.
No, bullshit.
Come on, man. Come on,
Just
man.
no.
Come on, man. Why are you? What, Eric? What are we doing? What is this? Why are you? What are we doing? What is this?
We keep saying we.
What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is. I agree with Aaron. I think this is what Ace was trying to say. I don't think Trump is really doing this. This sounds like he had said himself, Stephen Miller. And Rubio. Trump's out to lunch. Trump's only. I don't know if you guys saw when he had. We talked to all executives last week on Friday. He got up, looked outside. He discussed his ballroom that he wants to get up. That's what.
But he mad. But he mad about the renovations to the federal building. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that later. But so my thing is, I'm not sure that he's just going on for the ride at this point. He's making money.
That's what he's doing. He's making money. He's making money. Whoever's paying him the highest, he's going to the highest bidder. And if the highest bidder says go after Greenland, go after Venezuela, go after this, go after that, he's going after the highest bidder.
It's to our detriment. Don't get me wrong. It is to our detriment.
It's to our detriment, but he's not the mastermind.
He's not.
Their family increased. Their family's wealth, real quick, increased last year. I was reading this too. Their family's wealth increased. All the Trump family, their family wealth increased by $3.2 billion in 2025. 3.25 billion. It increased in 1 year.
So by the end, let's do the math. By the end of the term, if he gets about four years, that's 13. If he makes 4 years, $13 billion. Think about that.
What you gonna fucking do with that at his age?
$13 billion. It's just generational wealth. Now he's doing this for his kids. This is for his kids.
Baron, where they're trying to get rid of his accent.
Yeah, his
Yugoslavian accent.
His in-laws. I'm telling y'all, Trump is just he's in it for the ride. Is make as much money as he can at this point. He's not governing. He's not.
No. And Barron looks like Eddie off the Addams Family.
Well, he's clearly extremely autistic, which is so funny.
The monsters.
They probably keep him in a cage or a kennel or something at home. When do we see that boy? When do we see him? We saw the Obama babies all the time. Did we not?
He's running around on pension money. His mama ain't at the White House. He with his mama. She ain't around him.
She in a damn penthouse somewhere.
This dude is wearing a daggone diaper to the funeral of the Pope. She ain't around him. She don't want that old.
And did you see that person's face behind him? He farted.
The rumor is he defecated on himself in his diaper. No, I'm being serious. They said he defecated on himself, and the dude behind him was like, "What the hell is that smell?"
Oh, it's just shitty Trump. It's dump Trump.
Ace got it. Yeah, dump trunk. That's crazy. Ace was trying to say something. Oh, did y'all see real quick? He was meeting with the was it the prime minister of? He was a couple weeks ago. The prime minister is somewhere, and he held up some kind of agreement or treaty that they had. As soon as he opened it up, all the papers blew out.
Did you not see him today on that interview when he started out? He did it for like 5 minutes. It was so weird. Did y'all not see that?
Yeah, falling asleep in meetings and stuff. I'm like, come on,
he's
bro.
Strange.
You right, Mike? He might not make it.
He's senile as hell.
Sleepy Joe. He with a hand that looks like he has leprosy. Hey, no, real quick. So y'all were talking about Eric, you were talking about the whole. Well, let me just say this: Democrats aren't going to do anything if they win and they impeach him, they take back over the House. Even when in 2020, even in the next election, and they take the House and the Senate, they're still not going to do anything. And that's what some of the podcasters and some of the blowback, they're saying, even after all this, it's still not going to be bad enough for the Democrats to finally do something. Because at the end of the day,
I don't know, because they're dropping out like flies right now at that Justice Department. I don't know. I think enough is enough right now.
No. I mean, his cronies, of course, they're going to go after them. They're just like they did his first term. They went after Giuliani and all them. But when it comes to Trump, they're not going to touch Trump. Just like they didn't touch Bill Clinton.
They are touching him. He's getting sued left and right.
I'm talking about you can get impeached and removed, but I'm talking about they're not going to try him at all. They're not.
Well, they don't have to, because he's messing with international issues. So Nuremberg trials, which I will say time and time again, he is messing with the world.
He's been messing.
So maybe we won't prosecute him, but the world will.
But who's going to touch Maya? No
nation is going to touch him.
Who's going to come get him?
Yeah, I really think that.
I do.
No.
I bet you Germans thought that too.
Look, no, check out the only.
They didn't have the power to use
Kendall, who's the only leader?
They did.
Kendall, who's the only leader that actually came for a U.S. president?
We don't have that power. This is all on
in our time. In our time, who's the only leader, foreign leader, who came after a U.S. president in our time?
in our time, what we are going back to right now is the Cold War. So he doing Cold War activities.
Kendall, do you know the answer to that question?
Do you know the answer?
Just talked about it last episode. Saddam Hussein went after first George Bush.
Gotcha.
Where's Saddam Hussein right now?
Yeah, he's still he's in the ground somewhere after he hung like a hung in that.
Exactly. So he's the only one in our time that I can remember who actually tried to make a move on a U.S. president. Yeah. And look what happened to him.
Yeah.
You're out. Your mic's gone, Maya.
Yeah.
That was the Christian God stepping in.
It was the God of the Christian silencing your mic. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, that must be the demon stepping in for me.
Right, go ahead. I hear you. Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was going to say because y'all done irritated me. I'm sorry. Keep going.
We were talking about Saddam and the move on.
I just don't agree.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me ask you, Maya, what country do you think, or what conglomerate around the world do you think would be strong enough to make a demand for a U.S. president?
I think that we are messing with the countries much stronger than we are right now, politically, financially, technically. And if you don't think they're going to form their own union we will not be a part of to prevent us from ruining their whole lives, you're out of your mind. China, Russia, Iran, Venezuela. I mean, what we're doing right here is building a team against us.
I hear you, Maya. But and you're right. I hear you, Maya. And if anyone's going to make a play, it's going to be the Russia, China.
They finna link up.
Iran, Korea. They're going to join together and try, but they're not coming.
India, because we're messing with India too.
They're not coming for Trump though. They would come for America. They wouldn't come for Trump.
So that's why I want y'all to stop saying we and they and them, because there needs to be some differentiation here. I am not a part of America right now. I am ashamed. Okay. I hate when people
that bomb disagrees.
I'm from Memphis. I understand a bullet doesn't have a name. Very, very sure I understand that. But what I am telling you is that it's not fair on me as an American citizen that I am being lumped into all this bullshit that I do not agree with.
You're a casualty of war.
I am going to be a casualty of war. Exactly. That's fine. But do I not think that we're not going to get blowback from these other big ass countries with more resources than us? No, I think that's insane. I think that's you still thinking that we're a superpower and we're not. We're not a superpower.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said that we're the greatest in that top. But what I'm saying is there's 2,000.
You're saying nobody's going to come up against us.
I said there's no country that's going to walk into America and take Trump.
Like what Trump only. Like what we did to Venezuela.
We'll see how petty people
get. Not gonna come there and do that here.
That won't happen. It's gonna be mass casualties on both sides.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna be that anyway. At this point, you see what's happening in Iran right now. He was so upset about the Iran protesters. Don't care about this woman getting shot 3 times in the head.
2,000 deaths in Iran.
More than that. They're saying 10,000 now.
Over 2,000, correct. Over 2,000 deaths in Iran. And guess what? I'm pretty sure probably majority of them said the same thing you're saying, Maya.
Majority of who?
Those protesters who didn't think that they would be a casualty of war. They are casualties of war.
It's not that I don't think I'm going to be a casualty of war. What I'm saying is it's not fair to me as an American citizen who doesn't agree with none of this shit. Most of us don't. It's very unfair that he's making unilateral decisions for all of us.
Exactly.
It's just
but here's the thing. That's not just Trump. Every president has done that. Trump is
not like this. They be checking with the Congress and the Senate and shit. Like, no, not like this.
Hold on. Let's talk. You can't say that. Benghazi, Gaddafi, Saddam.
No, they went through channels. They went through channels. I did actually research that before I got here because I thought that, yeah. No, they went through channels. It was not to this extent.
No. We didn't always go through channels. They
didn't go to oil buddies.
And support, huh?
They didn't go to oil buddies. It went a group chat. This is not the same. We are dealing with a beast right here. This is not.
I don't know. Hillary Clinton emails.
You dealing with a what, Maya?
Feature for that.
You dealing with what? Did you say? Did you say a beast?
Yeah.
She said they weren't in. She said they weren't doing text messages, but they were doing emails through Gmail and Yahoo.
No, I do. I mean, I think I agree with the fellas, Maya. I don't see a country that would do that unless we are in full all out World War III, and then all bets are off at that point. But I think the point is
would be World War III at that point. Correct.
That would absolutely, even if because he is isolated. To your point, Maya, I agree with you. He is, because you said in passing, you said, well, we're creating a super team against us. Who's on our team? Well, he got rid of all of our teammates, right?
Yeah, he did.
You messing with Mexico, you messing with Canada.
Give it till next Tuesday. We'll see what the fuck happens.
You're messing with the European Union. England is no longer sharing intel with you because you used their intel to blow up a fishing boat.
Canada, Cuba.
Yeah, and so we are isolated. We are literally isolated, and that is
that's what you want.
That's a very dangerous place for us to be. It really is, and I don't know that. And this is why I say this, and I'm. It might be mean, but it's how I feel. I don't think that you should be able to vote in this country without taking a test first.
That's bullshit.
You should be able to take a civics test. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why would you need to do that?
Let me tell you why.
When most of the country can't read.
Let me tell you why. No. Because if you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know how it works, it's like we give people the ability to, we hand them a screwdriver and some screws. Hold on a second. We hand them a screwdriver.
That's a privileged point of view.
We hand people. Hold on, I haven't gotten through my view yet.
You ain't got to get through it. You just said it. That's privilege.
Let them finish so we can take them out. Okay, let them finish first before we take them out.
We hand people a screwdriver and some we hand people a screwdriver and some screws and tell them, hey, go over there and fix that electrical plug over there. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how it works. All they know is I plug stuff in it and then it should make it work. I'm gonna go over here with a screwdriver, not knowing what I'm doing, and try to fix something over here. No, you need to know what you're doing.
You and these metaphors that don't apply.
Part of the reason why we have a lot of the challenges we have in America. Like Eric, we talk about it all the time. We've talked about it on previous shows that even poor whites in this country literally vote against their own best interests. They literally.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Go ahead.
That is subjective. Best interest is everybody's best interest is subjective.
Even their stated best interest, it's against it. For example, I'll give you an example.
It's subjective.
It's still not fair. It's still ridiculous to require a test.
Some people's self-interest. Hold on, Maya. Some people's self-interest is to get undocumented people out this country. That's their interest.
Their self-interest is eugenics.
That's some people's self-interest. So I understand what you're coming from, but when I think about that, it makes me feel like that it is coming from an elitist context where you're talking about people have to take exams and do all that kind of stuff. And that kind of, it hurts Democrats. And it actually it also it hurts us for getting independence and also be able to get people over because it sounds like we're better than them or
it's privilege.
We're smarter
it's
than them.
Thing to say.
It comes from
hold on.
You said a civics test. There's nothing more elitist than saying a civics test so you can vote.
I did not say that we need to give a civics test to Republicans. We need to give
you need to give it to everybody. That's wrong.
I think that's wrong.
When we have such an unjust education system in this country, particularly to people of color who happen to be Democrat, etc., may be impoverished, may have learning disabilities, it's not an okay thing to do.
And guess what?
Especially your color.
Guess what those people have? The internet. Because I went to IPS school.
You think they're gonna let you use your phone when you take a civics test?
Melanie, they test with their vote. How you feel about voter IDs?
Bullshit.
We need to have voter IDs.
For what? See, this is why they calling you a Republican. For what? That's what Damien was talking about, not me. I'm just telling you, I'm trying to help
he's
you out,
literally
bro.
the furthest thing from it. Like, of everybody on this panel,
I know you are. We are the people who see eye to eye.
All of us, but because you don't want to give people a reason to say that your vote does not matter.
Why do you give? But see, that's still peddling to them. Why are you peddling to these people?
I'm saying feel like the idea is fine.
No, it's not fine. Because also, what if that person doesn't have access to a vehicle to go get said ID? What if they don't have the money to pay for said ID?
I agree with that. Let's make it. Hey, we can have mobile.
Oh, I'm sorry.
BMW.
I'm sorry. My mom said
a mobile BMV to go to these people to make sure they get IDs. I'm okay. I'm okay about spending money about that.
So then your issue
cool about you being, but that's elitist activity.
No, to use taxpayer money to have mobile access for people to go to where those people are to make sure
have documentation to get said ID. What if you don't have the documentation? I'm just saying, like, those are barriers that we do not need, as you can see, for people to vote. We should lessen the barriers for people to vote, not increase.
I agree with that, but I'm saying, but
make sure that we're pumping the resources into the communities so they won't have to go throughout life without a freaking ID.
Right.
But I mean, either way, I don't even think it's fair that people with felonies shouldn't be voting. I think that is really
different. That's totally different.
No, I agree with you there.
I mean, it's all the same thing.
If you can run for president,
so. Felonies and having an ID is totally different. As soon as you walk out of,
but I'm saying it's eliminating voters. I'm saying it's eliminating voters.
As soon as you walk out of prison, you should be able to vote. I feel like you should be able to vote in prison.
Exactly.
But I'm saying don't further divide our narrow margin.
No. You can vote in prison, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're a U.S. citizen and you can vote in prison. They could be able to take your behind to a voting booth, with your chains and all that stuff, if necessary for them people to
But what
vote.
I'm saying is, because we have that margin over here, and then you're offering more boundaries and more setbacks for people to even vote, we're killing our own chances. We need as least obstacles as possible for people to get out there and vote. Currently, we need to make it as easy as possible.
But that doesn't mean them people cannot get an ID.
I didn't have an ID for like a year because I just didn't care. I wasn't finna go down there. I hate the DMV.
That's a choice that you made. That's your choice.
No, I got two kids. You know what it's like having two kids in a Memphis DMV? You don't.
That was a choice that you made.
Which one?
That you decided to wait a year to get your ID. You went to the grocery store.
Why are you fighting everybody tonight?
Bullshit.
You went to the grocery store.
I went to the grocery store and did what?
Got groceries.
Got groceries.
No, you go get.
You got to do with an ID.
You go to the grocery store, get groceries. You go get an ID.
You went on dates too.
Did you go to the club?
DR?
Nah, see here, I got to give the gap. I'll just show my ID that I always take a picture of my ID on my phone. So I got a picture from 2023 on my phone of a valid ID.
I went to Jamaica.
I'm saying get an ID. Do not feed the animals.
Okay, all I'm telling you is they finna roast your ass in these comments for what you said, and I was trying to say.
If I get roasted for saying that everybody should have an ID,
you don't want to be saved. That's cool. That's fine.
So be it. If I get roasted for saying people need to get ID, so be it.
Okay.
That's not anti-black.
We don't flinch, no way. Bring the heat or throw shade. We're ready to play, pass or play. Yeah, we on that grind. Negative vibes, got receipts, we'll find. Pass or play. What's it gonna be? Root cause rolls deep. No apology, step to the mic, yeah. We hold that crown. Root cause ain't about to back down.
All right. Y'all know what this is about. Maya, don't.
It seems attacking. It was a very white intro. It just felt very MAGA. But anyway, we're gonna go back down. You're not gonna do what?
She's gonna roll down. Okay. She's gonna roll today.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So y'all know what this is. It's our segment called Pass or Play. That's where we go over the comments. We might choose to pass, which means we'll give you a pass. We'll respond, but we'll give you a pass. We'll take the high road, or we're gonna play. That means we're gonna jump into the weeds and we'll give you the smoke. So let's go ahead and that too. So let's go ahead and pull up some of our comments here. The first one here, this was a comment about us. I think it was a comment we were talking about what he's doing over in Venezuela, and he said Trump gas and Trump oil coming soon. All right, so I want to just show that one here. We hear you, certified. Yeah, we agree. Trump gas, Trump oil. This user here, they don't fit the definition of Christianity. Kendall, this was a response to you talking about evangelicals. We agree. I agree.
No, listen, I totally agree with you. I totally agree.
All right. And another person who agreeing with us, piggybacking on what we were saying, Trump has bankrupted 6 businesses and 77 million Americans who voted for him. Wonder what if the racism. Oh, this is actually in response to Maya and Eric. You all were going back and forth. And this is one we're pretty much agreeing with you, Maya. It's about racism and bigotry. All right. Now let's jump in here. Sounds like her mindset is the root cause of many problems. And then Maya, you decided to jump the gun. You didn't want to wait for the segment, but sounds like your calls might be rooted in. Never mind. So let's go ahead and go to you, Maya. We'll start here.
What might it be rooted in, Maya?
Exactly. So Maya, do you want to pass or do you want to play?
I don't know if you guys, I'm definitely going to play. Right. I don't know whether you guys clicked on his profile, but it's rooted in his need to be superior to other human beings.
Oh,
that is his actual
MAGA.
root. Yeah,
Okay.
he's MAGA. He's privileged, and he had to say something to the black woman. Why you ain't saying nothing to the black man? He was a little scared. Sounds like her mindset. I'm the only her.
Okay, Mr. Greg, we invite you to. Yeah, we invite you to come back and
he ain't reply.
No,
he ain't reply. He's not gonna reply.
And she makes a good point. He didn't say that to none of us. But let's make sure we're clear. Black men, we protect our women, bro. So
well, we will. So tread lightly. I mean, he didn't say
she can talk crazy to us, but if you talk crazy to her, it's gonna be a problem.
We coming for you. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna protect our little militant princess.
Militant it is. Eric, this is Eric. So the next 3. He just said who he voted for. He is clearly a drooler.
No. What?
A drooler.
I don't even know what that means.
Damon Diggs is back.
Long. Who takes time to write stuff like this? What's wrong with you?
He was pissed off.
And look, he even used some technology to make sure all the punctuation was right. He's very
Maya, just let you know that
weird.
It's not you this time. They came after me this time.
Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah. So these are folk that are saying that you voted for Trump. Pretty much. I think there was one more. There, stop sugarcoating it, bruh. They voted for his racism and white supremacy. Period. And then let's do everything you said is an unsupported lie, not one thing, everything. Okay.
That wasn't towards me. I think that was towards all of us.
No, we had that conversation last time.
Okay.
We did.
So Eric, you want to pass or play? You have a few people to address, including our friend Damon.
I'll play. Put it up there again.
Damon.
That long ass paragraph, ugly. He can find some business. What the fuck? He must have talked that shit into ChatGPT or something.
He sounds just like him trying to find a spread to make him feel like he's not responsible for his vote. I didn't vote for Trump.
Of course not. No, but you did sound like it, and I told you that.
Eric is very much a progressive.
I know he's the only person I actually align with on the podcast, but it didn't sound like that.
What I'm thinking. My thing is, I'm not a monolith. I'm not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith. You know who else is not a monolith? Republican voters are not a monolith.
Yes, they are. That's where you need. That's where you keep getting in trouble.
That's why they. That's
you done said it again. They finna fire you up again.
They're not. I know some. I know people who voted for Trump.
You know some. Knowing 5 does not make a whole.
I know quite a bit. I went to college with a lot of them.
Me too. I went to Christian Brothers. I went to Christian Brothers private university here.
To church with a lot of them. That's true. But let me say this. I'm not anti-black. I do not have an issue with my mother. My mother watches our podcast every week.
They said that on there. Did they say
somebody said I had mama? One of them said I had mama issues.
I thought he was talking about Trump, though.
Yeah,
I was confused.
No, I don't think he was talking about you.
I think he was talking about Trump.
Yeah, no, he didn't say
he's talking about me. But
we'll take it personally and respond.
Yeah, but which is fine. My thing is that some people look at it. If you actually watch Joe Rogan, listen to some people.
We were talking
hold on, Mike. Listen to people like they're moving on them. Those bro podcast people, the people who watch those people, they're shifting. They're shifting on them. They're changing. It's because that's not what they voted for.
They did.
They voted for better. They wanted. They voted for jobs. They voted for economy. Some of them are racist. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are. Some are bigots. But a lot of them are not.
Yes, they are. And then they went and joined ICE.
Understand this. To your point, Eric. To your point, I'm gonna say this. So there's plenty of data out there. So I'm a strategist here in the state of Indiana, right? A political strategist. There is a lot of data out there, to your point, Eric, about this is the reason why I agree with you too, to an extent. And that is that the Republican Party, you made a good point. The Republican Party, I'll give them credit. They're not a monolith, right? So the 30% of the country is MAGA. But 50%.
That's what you call too far gone. They're too far gone.
They ain't coming back. But 50% of the country is on the right side of the political spectrum, right? That means that there's still another 20% of traditional Republicans who help because you can't win with 30%. So you still have to talk enough of the Republican talking points in order to win a national election. And Trump does enough of that, right? So my issue with them is those people that you're talking about, Eric, because those people are there. But my issue with those people are they are willing to turn their head for $1.
Okay.
And one thing, and one thing I think we have found in Minnesota with these some of these Republicans that are not MAGA, what they're going to have to step up and do, because I'm talking to one right now who is trying to do some things politically, and he asked about my assistance, and I'm telling him right now, you need to differentiate yourself from MAGA, because you will not have long-term national success. Donald Trump is the only one who will get away with this crap. He's, for some reason,
but to still affiliate yourself with being a Republican, you could be a conservative Democrat. Why would you not choose that? Why are you choosing Republican? And that party right now is a Nazi party. Why choose that?
I agree.
But I agree. We both agree with that. But some of these people, their top priority is being pro-life. For example, they're pro-life.
Conservative Democrat and believe you could be a Democrat and be pro-life.
Yes, but they don't think that. Some of them don't think it's a thing.
And I also think you're stupid if you're pro-life. But anyway,
well, that's your business. You have your right to your opinion.
I'm pro-life.
You have your right to your opinion. Yeah, I agree with it. I said that I feel like that's a personal thing. I'm personally pro-life.
You don't have a uterus. Nobody on this podcast but me has a uterus. So exactly.
But I'm personally pro-life. But I get. That's cool. Let people make their own.
But you believe people have their own choice.
But right? Yes. And that's where Eric. That's where I am too. I am pro-life, but I'm also not a woman. Yeah. I'm not a woman. So I can have whatever opinion I want to have, but I'm not you, and I should not be telling you what to do with your body. So
exactly.
We covered that on the first or second episode. Yeah,
we did.
Women. No woman on here was covering a whole female topic. Okay.
Women, and we did just fine.
That's not just a female topic, though.
It is.
It impacts fathers.
Definitely impact fathers.
Didn't believe in fathers.
No, it doesn't. Not in the way that it impacts us. It's such a subtle impact. Okay, it's like shrapnel or some shit. Like no,
it's shrapnel.
No.
Lord help us.
Bye.
People, go ahead, Maya. I hear you.
I got nothing to say. I'm just saying bye. I just said bye.
Yeah.
Our little militant candy queen.
I'm not militant. Stop calling me militant before I get picked up. They doing door to doors here. Stop saying that.
You said they might could kick the door.
Don't say that.
They might bust the window out.
I got some Reyes's in the house. Don't say that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Relax.
I got you. Yeah, but no, Ace, can I ask you one more question?
Go ahead.
Can you put Damon's thing back up? Because I know I enjoyed Damon. He all right with me. I like it.
We're from Indiana, not from the South.
Yeah, I want to see him again. He said something here. He always said something here. I want to keep. One of my old mentors keep telling me, don't forget Harriet, carry the gun. That the gun isn't what. That
no, your mentor old as hell because you old as hell.
And that's the legacy that was left in the South. And I hate to say it. So I think, are you saying? So y'all help me understand. What is he trying to say with this? Is he trying to say?
He said I would have got left behind.
I don't know, Damon. I mean, I know Damon. He's a follower of the show. We appreciate you following and watching and commenting.
He's an attorney.
Yeah, and well, okay, here you go, Maya. But we appreciate it. But I usually stop reading after the first sentence. But
the thing I want to address is that he made an incorrect assumption about Eric, but he made a correct assumption about black folks in the South.
Bullshit! How you gonna say that you're not from here?
Girl, anyway. So listen, we got people all over the South. What is are you guys serious? You guys are losing right on, but I think
this is one we were talking about Epstein and the protecting children and how America doesn't protect children anymore. And then we went on talking about how the lobbyists went after the Bush administration and dumped money into pushing drugs through the school system. And he disagreed. He went back through our catalog. He went a little far back, but this comment just came through. And pretty much
this is definitely area. This is definitely area for Maya though, because this is the neurodivergent space.
So Maya, then that's what I was going to say, because I know my stance and our stance was collectively that teachers aren't trained to be doctors. They're not licensed to practice, and they shouldn't be prescribing anyone or diagnosing anyone with anything. They should work with the people who are. But Damon disagrees. But Maya, you had something to say. You had feedback for him.
I have feedback for all of you. I don't think the average doctor should be diagnosing that, and I don't think any sort of teacher should be diagnosing it. Neurodivergence is such a vast spectrum that really it only should be diagnosed by those who are already neurodivergent, i.e. somebody like me who's a neurodivergent adult. I'm gonna pick out a neurodivergent child in the room like this. Also, the tests that they're using, y'all like tests and whatnot, are not created in a modern time frame to actually be able to diagnose those children. So anything the teacher is saying is something they've seen off a diagnosis list. Those diagnosis lists are bullshit. Those doctors doctors never go back to school. You know that. They don't re-up their education. So unless they're a specialized doctor who is staying up to research, no, they shouldn't be diagnosing that either. That is a specialized field. So everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong. You're not going to pick out the same. I didn't get diagnosed until I was 30 years old.
It said everyone's wrong.
And Maya, who diagnosed you? That's my question.
Yeah.
Well, initially, and this is a pattern that happens a lot. I initially got diagnosed with PMDD, which is premenstrual disorder, which is, I think there's a comorbidity of 80% amongst neurodivergent women. And then I was diagnosed with ADHD, and that's what happens. You get medicated for ADHD, and then all your autistic symptoms come out.
Right? His question was,
I got diagnosed with autism.
But these were licensed medical professionals that diagnosed.
It was my psychiatrist. My psychiatrist.
Okay, which is a doctor, right? Which is a doctor.
Medical professional.
Right, but it was in particular a psychiatrist. They even allow GPs to diagnose that, and GPs are not qualified.
I'm saying, well, he's talking about doctor. We not talking about MDs.
Correct. Well, we're talking about the people who are licensed and trained to.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is a GP or a social worker is also not permitted.
I'm just giving examples.
And that's not a math teacher. And that's not a math teacher. That's the point I was trying to make. That is not a math teacher. That's not a gym teacher. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah. So well, no, that's fine, but I just think it wasn't clear to him, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
And I want to, if I can just jump here real quick, because I have a child that's ADHD. I do believe I'm convinced I have ADHD. My doctor refuses to diagnose me with it, but I'm confident that I have ADHD. I'm confident of that.
It's not his lane, you know.
But I think to Maya's point. So I do think that maybe the country as a whole needs to, put more emphasis on how we diagnose people, so that we're not misdiagnosing people, but that we also are properly diagnosing people, right? So, and I just think that that in that space, as I know Maya works in that space as an advocate, that we got to, make it a point to prioritize people who are literally specifically skilled in identifying it. People who have, if they are a psychologist or a psychiatrist, do they have was their undergrad in neuroscience, right?
That's a specialization.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Where they're neuroscience through their undergrad and their master's level stuff, and then when they went for their doctorate, then they went into the psychological part of it. But it is a very much a neurological issue, right? So,
but at the end of the day, Damien is so wrong. Teachers should never be diagnosed. Damien is super wrong.
Yeah. I've been a teacher, and you can assume all you want that a kid has this, that, or the other. But I would not feel as a teacher, when I was teaching math, I would never feel comfortable enough to say that. Now, I may, if I'm meeting with the parent and they ask me, like, do you think my child needs, I would say to them, to be honest with you, because we are trained a little bit on it, just to notice symptoms, but not to diagnose, right? So I may say to a parent, if they ask me, they say, well, have him see a specialist or this kind of thing, or have her see a specialist. But I would never say, and I think what it is I worry about the racial aspect of it.
Exactly.
There's a lot of black, brown,
issue.
Black and brown,
racial and gender aspect, actually.
Yeah, being diagnosed by people who don't look like us, who don't understand how our children are, right?
Right. And black boys get charged with behavioral issues versus and black girls, we're just being sassy, right? Like
and we do need people like Maya, and especially in our community, to be able to advocate for those people who's dealing with those issues. That's beyond my imagination. So we appreciate you for that, doing stuff like that, Maya.
Yeah, and she does a lot of great work. That's her space. As soon as we start talking about that, she's like a fish in water. That's her area.
So real quick, Eric, let's jump to our last. What's going on with Elizabeth Warren? She kind of blasted the Dems, didn't she?
She did. She went on. Can't remember exactly what she was, but she gave a 30-minute speech, talking about how the ways for the Democrats to be able to win, not only in 2026 into 2028, which is getting back to being the party of the working class, getting back to the party of helping out the middleman, the small people. Don't worry. Stop taking corporate dollars. Stop using people that what's those people that those people who try to teach you what to say. Those advisors,
people like me.
Get rid of those. Get rid of those. They're bad at their jobs. We need people who are willing to speak up for the middleman. I mean, we got to get rid of corporate dollars. We got to get rid of those corporate Democrats. They have to go. No more Schumers, no more Jeffries. And we need the people who are going to stand up for people. Period. And that's basically what she was saying. And she did take a little bit of jab at Kamala, just a small one. But Kamala is just a symptom of the problem for the Democratic Party, if that makes sense. Because the people want something different.
Yeah, but I think
for example, like Gavin Newsom, 80% of Democrats want to tax the billionaires. 80 to 85% of registered Democrats. And in California, he's trying to come against the delegations. He's trying to nip it. So if Gavin Newsom wants to be the president, wants to be the Democratic nominee, he better not do that.
But I would also think locally in that mindset, because the billionaires of California are actually contributing to their state versus people down here, like I can't really say their names, but in Tennessee who are not like, yeah, you should be taxed because you're not going to give it to us. They are actually giving in California. I disagree. They give, but they don't give enough. They don't give on the same level as somebody. They're not giving nationally.
They're not giving locally as same as person who's making $60,000. The percentage is different.
I want to say this. Part of Joe Biden, when he was initially trying to get the tax reform done, what he was trying to convince Congress to do was allow corporations to claim deductions down to an effective tax rate of 5%. And they said, oh, heck, Congress, they blew that out the water because of corporate.
They're bought out. Lobbying.
Because of corporate corporate exposure. Yeah.
So we can't have two corporate parties. Go ahead, play that.
Go ahead, Ace.
Go ahead, play Ace.
Durable trust across the electorate. Trust that we actually understand what's broken, and trust that we have the courage to fix it, even when that means taking on the wealthy and the well-connected. Just the default option when the other guys were worse. Once, we were trusted by working people to fight for their interests. And we delivered, even against tough Republican opposition. Social Security, strong unions, the 40-hour work week, overtime, Medicare, Medicaid, home ownership for veterans and first-time home buyers, the Affordable Care Act, over and over and over. We showed that we could fight and we could deliver. I understand the temptation in this moment of national crisis to sand down our edges, to avoid offending anyone, especially the rich and powerful who might finance our candidates. But we can't win unless we rebuild trust. And we can't rebuild trust by excommunicating Biden administration law enforcers who, for the first time in decades, actually fought to hold corporations accountable for driving up prices. We can't rebuild trust by calling up Elon Musk when he tussles with Trump and offering him whatever he wants if he'll come back to our side and kick in a few nickels for our candidates. We can't rebuild trust by staying silent about the abuses of corporate power and tax fairness simply to avoid offending the delicate sensibilities of the already rich and powerful. I understand that because of our broken campaign finance laws, Democrats need to raise a lot of money. And I don't believe in unilateral disarmament against the Republicans. But money is not the only ingredient for a successful election. When Democrats water down their economic platform to appeal to wealthy donors, whether the transaction is explicit or subtle, we squander trust with working people, and the money just isn't worth it.
Where was the lie? Where was the lie? Where was the lie?
You're muted, Ace.
Maybe a billionaire herself, but she has a point. So.
She's not a billionaire. She's not a billionaire. But I'm not against. I'm not against people who are
definitely a millionaire.
Inside trader, but
he might be inside trader, but she's
But she all right with me.
She didn't say anything wrong at all.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. She was hit the nail on the head.
And she said it plainly.
And there was levity. And there was levity to it because she said, look, I'm not saying that we don't take donations at all. I'm saying that we can't let those big donors be the reason why we move how we move, because
you're not allowed them to control the party.
Yeah,
we can't have two corporate parties.
Yeah,
we can't have two corporate parties. That's all we got.
You need a true working man's party and a true opposition party. That's what the Democrats have to rebrand themselves to be. A true
we
working
just don't
class.
have to be Republican and Democrat anymore. Like, this has gone so much bigger than that.
Right.
We should kill that. That's dead. They killed it. They're not just Republicans anymore. That is not their stance. They're white supremacists.
They show not fiscally responsible. That's the truth.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, you've been tuned into the Root Cause Podcast, where we try to get to the root cause of what goes on in the world. On behalf of myself, my brother Ace Chandler, my brother Eric Johnson, and the lovely Miss Maya McKenzie, thank you for being a part of our show. Thank y'all. Listen, we appreciate all of our new followers, those of you that have come on board recently. Please like, share, subscribe. You all, we're trying to reach as many people as we can. We do feel like we have, as you see, varying opinions, a lot of robust debate, right? So you helping us with that algorithm. Like, share, subscribe at Root Cause Pod on on any social media platform. Y'all, that's the other thing. Stop getting distracted. Them files are still out there, and the DOJ.
We hear you, Gonzo. We agree, Gonzo. I agree with you.
They still haven't released them.
They were supposed to drop December 19th, so they're already being sued for that, guys.
Yep, they are being sued.
Yep.
With his Crayola marker.
That daggone Sharpie is crazy.
That's a Crayola.
This AI is something else.
We need Democrats. We need Democrats to come and save us. Somebody go to Dollar General and get your boy.
Who that is?
Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh my God.
Hey, if anybody's going to Dollar General, grab me a bag of chips.
Ain't nothing $1 no more. So
grab me a bag of chips at the Dollar General. Wait a minute. Whoa. There's your redacted. There's the files, Mike.
Those the files.
They finally released them.
Wait, let me get my iPhone. Scan them. Bring it to them. Just erase it.
And take all the redaction off. Oh, that's it. Now Kamala, she hit the nail on the head with that, man.
That wasn't strong enough in my opinion. That was the bare minimum. She could have went even further.
She ain't win. She was playing niceties.
That's true.
Watch this.
Bernie would have got them in that same coat and them same meetings. You feel me? Like he would have got them together.
Listen,
that's
y'all.
Right.
If we don't get Megamind under
he's
control,
the issue. He's running the country. That's our president.
If we don't get him under control, y'all, we gonna have this
like
in the streets of America. This will be our reality.
He's running the country.
That is our reality. They ran over somebody at the protest here on the weekend. What do you mean? This is our reality.
Yeah. Yep.
Great distraction. Y'all stay focused.
Don't get sidetracked.
Stay focused.
Get angry. Get as angry as possible.
You've been listening to the Root Cause Podcast. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Look, like, subscribe, share. Man, be a part of our family. We're trying to grow an ecosystem of younger Black folks that have their own thoughts and ideas. So help
real
us
millennials.
You say real millennials. Love me like that.
We hanging on to that millennial statement for the
Don't be like that. All right, so look, we love y'all. I say it every week, and I'm gonna say it tonight. I think about you. I pray for you. I hope that all is well with you. Be safe out there. If you're protesting, be safe. If you have to take a step back, I'd rather have you living than for you to be a martyr in this. We need your voice, not you being a martyr. All right. In addition to that, I don't know what you might be dealing with. I don't know what's going on in your life, but I want you to know this, that the worst is over for you and the best is yet to come. We'll see you next time on the Root Cause Podcast. Love y'all, man. See y'all next time. Don't shake your head, Maya. Be